Yes, this is truly wonderful. You know, that's me. Whenever there's food, I'm just like, well, not just any food, delicious, nutritious, palatable food. Okay, well, I suppose anyone who loves their food would see it like that. But okay, so talking about food, this is where we get spiritually fed. And of course, this is so delicious. I don't know if you can taste it, but I certainly can. I don't know if you can smell it, but I certainly can. I don't know if you hear the plates rattling and the cutlery. I certainly can. I don't know if you even feel the salivation in your mouth. I certainly can. I can smell that aroma. It's captivating. So, there we are with High Priest Aaron giving us another episode, if you like, of letting go. Letting go. In the first part, we have learned how he actually let go of the garment and to put that garment onto his son. I so love it because what High Priest Aaron is really teaching us right now is that we are in the same position, if you like. It's as if we have to let go right now. This is like a sacrifice. And he's, I don't know why we got onto this topic, but I feel it's really appropriate. Having these conversations with High Priest Aaron is always so inspiring. It's like, how did I get there? It's good. Why even bother to ask? Because we are digging in deep once more and we know that it's going to be good. So I hope you've got your fork. All right. And so on part two, we are going to explore at a deeper level that correlation of High Priest Aaron giving off of his garment onto his son Eliezer. I think High Priest Aaron. How do I pronounce this? Eleazar. Okay, Eleazar. Right. So, let's just write it down. And I prefer the saying. I must have been a little. It's like I'm like Moses who had a speech. Well, I don't think he really means it like that, but he's just pulling my feet really. So Eleazar, and Eleazar comes to 32. So which is 5351819. So this is 10, 19, 20, 19, 24, 27, 32. So 32. Okay. So we have Elazar as 32. So after, oh, I just love this because I don't hear anyone speaking of this. This is what I mean, that the scriptures is so mathematical. It is a mathematical construct that gives us more essence to know that when we are in that five, when we are in five, we are we are in this position of change. We are, because five is key, five is lock. In fact, I'm going to just read a few things. When this is the I am, oh, this is lovely. Thank you, Aaron. Aaron is reminding me this is the I am that the Lord had spoken to Moses and says, tell the children when Moses asked, which is Moses asked, and Aaron is saying, do the math. Moses, Moses, was is 8, if you like, and Moses asked, ASKED, and Moses and being told to do this now 1 1. This is why 1 1 is like the observation of anything with beginning with 1 1 is actually something that's going to be of great symbolic manifestation, we could say. Okay, so this is 5, and so this is 4, rather 4. This is 9, 10. This is 13. So 13 is like the incubator here. So when you ask of something, no wonder we are told to ask and you shall receive, meaning you have to come to this position, 1 and free, because free is what sets things into motion. Come into an agreement. This is why it said, believe in your heart it you have already received it. Then you come into this agreement and you form a bee, the bond, which is like the beehive. Now, okay, High Priest Aaron, we really want to get all our presentations like this is already in 5-6 minutes. But what we are wanting to do is, High Priest Aaron is saying, do not rush it. Do not rush it. It's delicious food. Take your time and just enjoy it. Okay. Letting go. So High Priest Aaron has you have told us that you were on Mount. This is where Mount, Mount Hor. So this is 46352, and this is 869. Adding 869, this is 15. This is 23. 23 is 5. And adding this together is 7, 10, and this is 20. So now I can see what you mean. Adding this will give us 7. Okay, 7, when we do the numerical value for the word 7, it gives us, this is 1, 5, 4, 5, 5. This also gives us 20. So we are back on 20 with all of this. So basically, Mount Hor is 20. Now, if High Priest Aaron is saying this is where we are in 2020, and he's saying as he was also 22, Aaron is 22, Lord is 22, likewise Christ, meaning the Lord, Christ as Lord. This is why he's referred to as Lord as well, which is 22. But basically, when he was called Master, and he referred to himself as Master, that was 22. So we see that just before the crucifixion of Jesus Christ, he referred to himself, called himself Master, and by calling himself Master, of course, he that was like owning his position, owning his makeup. And of course, we had he had the chamber. He requested the high chamber in this acknowledgement of saying to his disciple, go and tell the man with the pitcher in the city, in the gates of the city or wherever in the city, you shall see him with the man with the pitcher, and tell him the master wants the high chamber. The high chamber, and the word chamber equals 32. So he wants the high chamber. This is really interesting because the high chamber, we could say as well, it's in, if you wanted to say, it's like the pineal gland. It is the anchor. It is chamber. We have 32, just like Christ. So you can see Christ and Eleazar, the high priest Aaron's son, also is 32. So here we have Aaron, the high priest, who wore this long gown and the plaques bearing the 12 tribes of Israel, like the 12 hours of the day, or the 12 months of the year, or whatever else 12, or the 12 zodiac signs, and all what 12 represents. He bore that. He actually bore that, and it's like he voluntarily died to pass it on to his son. And this is what happened with Jesus, the risen son, if you like. Son or son, it's the same if we were to take this in the context of the sun that rises. But Jesus died, and Jesus was also a master. As we say, he came, the word Jesus equals 11. He came in as 11, which is where most of us, or we all should be, I believe. 1, 5, 1, 3, 1. Adding this together, 5, 10, 11. So Jesus came as 11. 11 already says that you are going to go the whole mile, if you like, because 11 is 9, and 9 is 6, and 6 is 7, and 7 is gives us 20. So we are back. We like 2, 20 is also 2. So we can see the whole cycle comes into play. So Jesus then, of course, through his journey, he calls himself Master. The word Master, we have seen, equals 22. We won't be doing this text, going through this. We see we are in 22. 2020 is also 22. This, the COVID-19 and coronavirus is actually in fact, it'd be interesting to just do, okay, to just do it, the numerical value. COVID is 8, I believe, is 8. I will do another COVID, another thing on this. So COVID, this is 10 here, and this is 8. So 8 plus 1 is 9. Okay. I have done this. I really don't want to spend much time on this one now. So 4, 4, 8, and 9, this is 17. So 17 is like God. So COVID is like a God itself. And 19, of course, we have is 10. So this is why we have 9. And we have, so 9, and then we have Corona, which is 30. Corona, which is 30, so that's 3, and virus is actually 8. So we have 8 plus 3 is 11. 11 plus 9 is, there we are. This is what we have now. 1 plus 9 plus 1 is 10, so we have 0. This is 20. This is what I could feel. I could hear Aaron really say, "Yeah, just do the math. Just do the math." So coronavirus and COVID-19 comes to 20. So we see the year 2020. This is not by chance. So High Priest Aaron saying, "Can you see? This is not by chance." And we're going back because to really make sense of this, we need to go back to the High Priest Aaron, who is 22, and he is really saying like this, what we are experiencing here for the next 2 years is crucial. Okay, so let's just leave this because I feel this is something we'll come back to. And High Priest Aaron is saying about letting go is that it's like a sacrifice. It's like a sacrifice. Just like COVID is 8, we had Moses was number 8 as well, and 8 is where that which has to be broken. So basically, it's like, and it's also a set. Now, although it is said that Aaron died, so Aaron died, died. So this is important. This is what Aaron is saying. I don't know how yet. 9 and 9, 18, 19, 20, 22. Wow. So Aaron is saying that we are not to take everything that we have read literal. He is reminding us to look at the scriptures in numerology. Aaron died. It's like saying Aaron is 22. Aaron is the master. This is what he's saying. He's reminding us what we call death is not really that death as we see it. He's reminding us about the essence, just like Christ. So basically, hey, he died, and the master died as well, meaning Jesus, like the master, died. The word master, Master. This is 952114. Adding this together, this is 10. This is 18, 19, 22. So master is 22. So he's saying this is where a lot of people have got the knickers in the twist, so to speak, because we are taking everything literal instead of also getting into numerology to understand the essence of the vibration of the messages. So it's about letting go to get into the next evolution. So basically, it's like the key. Eleazar was the key that had to be expressed, if you like, or had to function. So it's like you're a master, but you also have the key. So so his son was the key, just like the sun is our key. It's life, and the word life actually I think also equals 5. LIFE. So it's 3, 9, 6, 5, and this is 23. So this is like the reverse of 32. So it's the reflection, we could say, of 32. And this is what High Priest Aaron is really wanting us to acknowledge, that chamber, the chamber, when Christ spoke of the chamber, he is saying, he's requesting like the picture, the to gain the high chamber, to transfer from that which he was the master, which we have done, and into 32, the high chamber. And of course, he died, and Christ died, and of course, like we see the word died equals 22. So he, as a master, has gone into transition. He transitioned from 22 into 32. 22 into 32. So he has gone again back, if you like, the Jesus, the first master number, or a grade up, and of course under the 22, and became 32. So all his tribes, he have gained all his tribes, so to speak. Oh, this is just really delicious. So Ivory's Era, they said, I hope you all are getting this, because it will teach you how to let go of the things that no longer serve, and to move into a higher realm. So we want, Hypris Aaron is saying there is more to this, and we need to digest this, and we'll have another part of this. So basically, the high chamber represented life. Eliezer represented life, because he was he took on the role of the high priest, his father's role. It's the same way that Christ spoke to his father. He said, "Oh Father, why hast thou forsaken me?" or whatever it is. But there we have Aaron. Of course, I think Aaron happily, it doesn't say, Aaron is saying he happily just gave up the ghost, so to speak, unto his son. The ghost, what a gave it up to his son, to the sun, because the sun will shine on everything. There he says about the light, because then that's what the 7 candlesticks represent as well. The candlestick. Okay. Oh, this is so delicious. So it's letting go. We are going to return to this, and of course we are not exceeding anything into this 20 minutes or this time, because I hope you have enjoyed this, because all I want now is a cup of moringa, because this is just so wonderful, and I hope you have really enjoyed this. This is absolutely delicious. Just to really wrap this up, we have the high priest Aaron, who of course have told us about his journey into the with the children of Israel. He was responsible for going into the tabernacle and really carrying all the sins, if you like. And there were 5 offerings that were required of the children of Israel. There were sin offerings, peace offerings, meat offerings, other offerings, 2 other offerings. Okay, High Priest Aaron help me here. And these offerings, of course, High Priest Aaron had to really he had this huge responsibility, with the bells on the hem and pomegranates, which would be like representing the numerous scenes or seeds or scenes. Again, pomegranate has many seeds, and they clustered close together, so it's like ready to say we are one, and ready to take let go of all the sins and to the Lord. And he would, of course, God had chosen him as the high priest. And the thing is that it was said that there was this rope. If he didn't confess or didn't let go, he would have died in the tabernacle, and they would have to pull him. But he didn't die in the tabernacle, which meant he done a very good job. But it is said that God said, because you have rebelled against my word. But rebelling against the word, of course, was part of the contract, just as it was for Jesus and Judas, as Judas had to play the role, because everything was, the word was already written. And just like we have taken on contracts, this is what High Priest Aaron is saying. We have taken on the contracts, and we have an obligation to ensure that what we are doing is in line. It's like, you have to do something, but sometimes we let fear get in the way of what we need to do, and so it diminishes the essence of what we are really meant to do. And he's saying let go, because when you let go, you are only moving into a higher realm, just as from 22 to 32. This is wonderful, because the Father and the Son, this is how the Father and the Son becomes one. And it'd be interesting to actually add 22 and 32. So this is it, 22 and 32. I think this is for 22, which is, and 32. So this is 4, this is 5. Of course, adding this together is 9. And this really tells us that 9 is where you are birthing newness. So High Priest Aaron is really saying he's really pleased with what we have understood so far. And yeah, let's do that again. And on the clock is 22:44.